What's up, my friends? Just something, again, I have realized. If I would have listened to myself for these past 4 years, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now. I was too smart for my own good, not wise enough to listen to my own advice. Thought I knew everything, thought I had it all figured out. Thought that money was the most important thing here for the most part. Always putting something into my body. Whether it be coffee, nicotine, Adderall, kratom, psychedelics, cannabis, anxiety medication. Thought I needed it. Didn't realize what it was doing to me mentally or physically. Here's the saddest part. I can go back and watch videos I made 4+ years ago, 4 years, down to recently. And it was almost like Christ was speaking through me, to me. Because there was a certain point throughout this journey that I quit making videos for the masses. I still do that, by the way, so you'll see certain videos and it's broad. It's very broad. But there was a certain point to where I honed it in to me talking to myself. And me talking to people that resonated with what I was saying. The main thing I pushed or talked about was family's everything. Don't take it for granted. I was just so filled with pride and ego and arrogance and resentment and almost hatred. For a very long time, I couldn't figure out why. I can't overlook things that happened to me in my past. I can't overlook some people that was in my life. I can't overlook the fact that I have a father that is... I wish him well. But that is incredibly unstable and just a complete and utter liar and hypocrite. A manipulator and a cheater. And I tried so hard not to be him that I became him. I don't know. I'm not speaking ill of my dad. That's just the truth. I will tell you a short little story about this man. Me and him were kind of alike, but on different spectrums. When I was younger, I would lie to make my life seem better than it was. When I was a teenager, I would lie to make my life seem better than it was to everyone. Friends and family. But my dad, on the other hand, felt the need to make his life seem far worse than it was. Said that his father beat him, that he kicked him out, and he was basically homeless at the age of 6 and 8 and 10 and all this stuff. said that, like, just told me so many stories. I believed him, started feeling bad for him. Me and him reconnected after a short period of time. I mean, no, after a long period of time, and it only lasted a short period of time because I felt like I had to tiptoe around him, and all those memories of my childhood came back up. And really, let this sink in, what this man said to me. He said that I was a disappointment. He said that I was a liar. He called my mother, who passed away from cancer, a deadbeat. My mother worked 40 to 50 hours a week and raised me while he was out fucking other girls. He claims he was working 3 jobs throughout this whole period. No, he was not. He was not. I then reach out to, because in today's age, it's not hard to find people that know people. Especially his brother. His brother should know him better than anybody. I reached out to his brother, and his brother's like, dude, none of that happened. Like, none of that happened. So, he started giving me addresses and dates and names. And from there, you can do a little investigation. Why the fuck would you lie about that? Why would you lie and make... He's a very weak man. Ultimately, and unfortunately, he's very weak. And I may have spoken about this in another video, but he said some very vile things to me. He told me to go kill myself. And it was like he wanted me to call him a piece of shit. He spoke those words. He was like, you can call me a piece of shit parent, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. And me being me, I understand how everything, like, I see people's perspectives. He's a hurt little child. Scared. And he's ashamed and embarrassed that he's not lived up to his potential. Something I realized I am, to a degree. It has to suck knowing that you're fucking almost 60 years old. Your son makes more money than you do. Your son has been more successful than you have been. And it has to suck knowing that the only thing you have is this facade of a tough guy. Which, I'm just telling you guys, as someone who's actually been who's trained and fought and been jumped, been in some altercations. Most people will tell you that the loudest person in the room that claims this and says this over and over and over and screams and yells is actually the weakest. I think I intimidated him. I think he felt some type of way. And he had the nerve to say I was weak and a bitch as a child. Imagine a grown man saying that to you as you were a child. It was projection. It was like, I almost wanted to say, like, dude, here's a mirror, you're talking to yourself. The messed up part was, like, 20% of what he said about me was true and valid, and I fucked up my life with my family, so, hey, I'll accept it on that. But other than that, I was just childish. And I held on to things that I shouldn't have held on to. And I was so driven by ego and wanting to be right and wanting my way to be the way that I don't necessarily know. It's like I brought upon inflicted pain and suffering on myself. It was like I was mad at myself and taking it out on the world. I hurt some people that I'm not proud of. A lot of people, if you ask about me, or if you've came to your own opinion on me, you're probably going to think I'm one of the coolest, chillest, laid-back guys in the world. And you would be correct. But you didn't see that other side of me. And unfortunately, the people that saw that other side of me was the people that I cared about the most. And I hurt the most. I'm not saying that these people were perfect. Well, not these people, it was just one person, because I'm not talking about one person. It don't matter what they did, though. Like, we was in this shit together. And they were with me to the end, and I know it. So for me to pull what I pulled is one of the most fucked up things I've ever done in my life. And I would do anything to take that back. I would do anything to go back to 2007. Hell, I would do anything just to wake up tomorrow and get a phone call from this person and say, hey, can we just drop this petty shit and start over? Because it's not petty. Like, we both were hurt during this. Every time. That's all I think about. That's all I care about, really. That's all I want. That's all I want in life, is just to have my family back. I want to have my life back. And it sucks knowing that I told myself all this stuff before it happened. And then it was like I was just sitting back and fucking letting it happen. So I have no choice and option. I feel like I've been compelled by God, and I'm being led by Christ to not only change, which I have, but to get this out there, get this message out there, and get my story out there, because this is something I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. This is something I wouldn't wish upon anyone. Really think about this. I'm 36 years old. My mom passed away before she got to see the man I turned into. My grandmother passed away before she got to see the man I became and turned into. My aunt passed away. And these were 3 women that had my back no matter what till the end. Took them all for granted. Didn't appreciate them. I'd do anything to tell them how much I love them, and how much they mean to me, and how much they influence me, and how much they still influence me to this day. I pissed away one of the best families you could ever ask for. I had the dream life. I had a dream life that people would kill for. I had a beautiful wife that was faithful, that would have stood by my side no matter what. Pushed her away. Got to the point I thought that they were better off without me. I ran from myself. I ran from my feelings. And now I don't know what to do. I don't know if things will ever be the same. All I want to do is hug, is hug. You'll hear me call her Banana. Because that was her name for me, Banana. All I want to do is hug her and tell her how much I miss her and how much I love her. My daughter Audrina, I just want to hug her and tell her how proud of her I am. And how sorry I am that I was not the best father that I could have been. And my youngest daughter, Chloe, I get to see her once a week, sometimes twice a week, if I'm lucky. But I just feel like that bond is not there fully. And I just want them to know how much I love them and how sorry I am for everything. And saying sorry doesn't do anything, but I've been showing up. And I've corrected my actions and my behaviors. And I don't even know how I'm just making these so hopefully someone will run across them and it'll help them. I'm secretly hoping that Amanda still watches these videos. And she knows that I've never stopped caring or loving her. Over these past 2 years, I've never stopped loving you or caring about you or thinking about you. You're my everything. You're my person. And I'm never gonna quit fighting for you. I don't care. I don't care. I will continue to fight for you. I will continue to let you know how much I love you and how sorry I am for my fucking actions, for my childish ways and my behaviors. God, dude, I'd do anything for this to be a fucking dream right now. I'd do anything for this to be some weird simulation. I'd literally do anything just to wake up tomorrow and it be 2007. Or fuck, I would take it 2019. Or 2012. It's like I see these fucking memories and they're so vivid. And it almost takes me back there. I just wish I would have done better. I wish I knew this shit I knew now then. Oh, I would have fucking enjoyed every second of it. God, I fucked up. I really fucked up. I love you guys.